Welcome back, guys. I'm your presenter for this e-module and your fellow learner, Shrija Burman, and today we're taking a deep dive into the principles of design. Now, without much further ado, let's dive into this episode and explore the various principles of design that will help you take your design to the next level. So, if you watched our previous episode on the elements of design, you would know that the elements of design are a lot like the ingredients to a recipe. Well, the principles of design are like the instructions or the directions for a recipe. So you might have all the ingredients, but that doesn't mean you know how or what to do with them. And that's where the principles of design come in. So let's start with the first principle: consistency. Consistency in graphic design is like thread that ties together all the elements of design. Consistency in a design composition can make it look efficient and immediately recognizable to the user. Consistency can be in terms of color choices or the choices of shapes, size, typography, or a certain pattern in the design. In Swiggy's website design, you can see that their main color palette is the mixture of orange, black, and white. This consistency in the color palette is maintained throughout their website. There's also a sense of color consistency in the picture of their food, as well as the food color maintains the orange tone mixed with the white. This creates a sense of recognition of the brand to the end user. Contrast. Similarly, contrast can be used in terms of type, size, and most of all, color. Contrast helps us to create a sense of relationship between the design and elements. A designer can use a contrasting color to create focus in design or scale an element to attract more attention to a corner. Look at this poster by Jessica Walsh. The color contrast of the green on top of this yellow creates a striking poster, which immediately draws your attention to the yellow text and the illustration on the green portion. First, balance. Balance is a crucial part of any effective design. Applying balance means the visual weight of each element is distributed in a way that makes a composition feel stable. Your designs can either implement a symmetrical balance or an asymmetrical balance. This website utilizes symmetrical balance, both in the graphics but also with the typography. This balance creates a visual appeal for the user when they land on this page. But when you look at this website, although the outline of this layout is quite symmetrical, the content in the middle uses an asymmetrical setup, attracting the viewer's focus to it. Repetition. Repetition is one of the main and fundamental principles of graphic design. Repetition is an all-powerful principle that holds the design together. It unifies the work. This principle can be used for all the elements: colors, typefaces, shapes, texture, sizes. For example, let's take Google. Google has a consistent primary color palette. It's their main brand logo in their program icons, so the user can instantly recognize when they see something from Google. This has become their identity. Thus, repetition is a very useful tool when you want your brand to be immediately recognized. Proximity. Proximity is the use of space to compose the elements. Proximity can separate different elements so each of them are equally visible, and the user does not have to strain their eye to find information. Proximity is also useful when putting together information in a design that relates to each other. This is the website of the famous graphic designer and artist June Deegan. Notice how the information on the landing page is separated in a way to direct the viewer's focus. On the opening page, the first thing you notice is the name, June, and from there the eyes are guided to the middle information. These are distinct elements, separated but related, and emphasized through proximity. Alignment. The next golden rule in the book is alignment. Alignment is absolutely necessary to make your design appear more professional and efficient. Alignment can be in terms of text under images or design elements in general. The rule can be broken to draw attention to one specific element. This book cover design by Chip Kidd is an example of brilliant alignment. Look how the type on the two edges of the cover is perfectly aligned. But with the cover illustration aligned to the absolute center, it breaks the former alignment, and this draws attention to the center first. Hierarchy. Hierarchy adds structure and alludes to the important parts of the design. Hierarchy highlights the focus and directs the attention to the rest of the design. This is the website of the graphic designer Quizdu. Notice how the first thing you look at is the heading of the page, and then you move to the subheading, and lastly, the button to know more. All in all, those would be the principles of design. But before winding up, we will have a small recap of the takeaways from this module. Now, I hope learning about them will help you better understand designing and implement them in your composition when you are creating your amazing content. Thank you so much for tuning in.